Imagine waking up to a fully booked sales calendar of 5 to 10 sales calls every single week, where you're closing 2 to 3 new clients every single week on repeat. That's exactly what I'm gonna teach you how to do in this video. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'm gonna teach you the one mistake that you're making that's causing people not to book calls with you. My name's Brian Mark, and this is part 3 of teaching you how to turn your Instagram into a money-making machine. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on post notifications so that you don't miss an upload. Now, if you're ready to stop chasing clients and you wanna attract clients on a week-to-week basis, this video is for you. First thing we need to talk about is the deposit withdrawal strategy. If you try to go to your social media and ask for clients, but you haven't done enough deposits, there's no way that your audience is gonna take action. How you wanna view your social media as like a bank account. Imagine you walk into a bank teller where you don't even have an account and you're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to make a withdrawal." And she looks at you and she replies, "That's not a problem, sir. Do you have an account with us?" And you're like, "No, but I'd like to take some money out." She's like, "But you haven't deposited any money." And you're like, "Yeah, but I wanna make some." That's called robbery, right? You go to jail for that. So why are you going to your social media and asking clients to work with you when you haven't deposited any value into your social media account? Unless you're consistently depositing value, it's not building money in your social media, but what you're doing is you're depositing goodwill, depositing goodwill, depositing goodwill. I'm giving you value, giving you value, giving you value. Over time, what's gonna happen is people are gonna start to trust you more, and you're gonna activate the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity states that when we give to people, they feel socially inclined to wanna give back to us. So when you give value consistently, and then you do a call to action, which I'm gonna teach you how to do next, it will be more effective because you've already given value to people in advance. And if your content is that good, they've already got results in advance of hiring you, so they're gonna wanna reach out to you. This is a long game and not a short game, which is why a lot of online coaches struggle because they're like, "I wanna make money now." And I'm like, "Cool, how many posts do you have on social media?" They're like, 10. I'm like, "Okay, so you posted 10 times, your audience has no idea who you are, and you want them to pay you. Tell me how that makes sense." Now, part number 1 is the call to action system. In the last video, I talked about the hard call to actions and soft call to actions. In this video, I'm gonna break them down specifically, and I'm gonna give you some examples that I've used in my content. Now, a hard call to action is one where you're directly reaching out and asking for clients. Now, examples of this is like a before and after photo where you do a call to action saying you're accepting clients. Another example is saying, "I'm looking for 5 guys that want to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days. Another example is sharing a client transformation and then saying, "Do you want results like this? Hell yes or no." Another example is saying, "I'm launching a new fat loss program starting Monday. I'm looking for 5 women that want to join and grow their glutes and tone up." If that's you, vote below. Basically anything where you directly ask people if they would like to work with you. Now I'm gonna play a video on screen of a direct call to action that I recently did. 12 months ago today, this client reached out with 2,000 Instagram followers and making $1,000 a month. And just last week, Trey made $10,000 and he now has 55,000 followers on social media. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how we did it. Step number 1, we taught him how to structure his online offer. We taught Trey how to sell a $1,000 high ticket online coaching package and how to book calls and make sales through social media. Step number 2, we taught Trey how to go from views like this to views like this, and we did this by auditing his content and telling him why it sucked ass so he could break through the algorithm and consistently go viral. Step number 3, once we taught Trey how to go viral, then we gave him access to sales mastery where he was able to learn how to convert a higher percentage of people on the phone call so he could get results like this. And now Trey's business is so busy that he has to hire people to keep up with the amount of sales calls he has and the clients he has in the background. If you want my help setting up the exact system that we gave to Trey, comment the word 10K and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help. Now, a soft call to action is one where you're actually giving value to your audience and you're asking them to comment, you're asking them to vote, or you're asking them to reach out over DMs. Now, this one is really effective because what you're doing is you're gonna get a lot more people that will reach out for the free resource, and some of these people are gonna be interested in coaching with you. Now, it's a marketing rule. Out of every 100 people that reach out to you, 50% of those people are never gonna buy anything from anybody. 35% of those people are gonna buy something from somebody within the next 2 years, and 15% of those people are gonna buy something from somebody within the next 90 days. These are defined as the now buyers. Your goal when you're giving out freebies is to find the now buyers, which means out of every 100 people, you shouldn't be stressed out about the other 85 that don't message you back. They're not gonna buy anything yet. 50% of those people aren't gonna buy anything ever. So what you should do is you should focus on the people that are responding to you and try to get them booked into your sales calendar. Now, really quick, I'm gonna play an example of a soft call to action that I did on screen here. Do you want a free course to teach you how to build your online fitness business in 2025? Well, damn, good thing you stumbled across this video. If you're struggling to grow on social media, sign clients, and make an extra 10K with your business, let me help you. I will teach you how to set up your social media profile. I'll teach you what to say in the DMs and what to say on sales calls, not to mention what apps to use and how to find your niche. So make sure you're following me and comment the word course, and I'm gonna send it to you for free. Now, the difference between a hard call to action and a soft call to action is simple. Hard call to action, you're telling people that you want people to reach out about coaching, which means the people that reach out will have a higher intent to purchase your program. Soft call to actions, you're only saying, "Would you like this free resource?" But these still are leads because they wouldn't be interested in the resource if they didn't have that problem. They might not be ready to purchase yet. That's the difference. So with this, you're gonna get more hot leads. With this, you're gonna get more leads overall, and you'll have to sift through the hot leads. But you need to do both every single week, because if you just do hard call to actions all the time, your audience is gonna think you're a doorknob and they're gonna stop reaching out to you. So one of them, you're doing a direct ask, and one of them, you're doing a give and also kind of an ask. Now, when you're doing call to actions, what you wanna do is you wanna blast them. By the way, your call to action schedule is simple. Monday is hard call to actions. Why? Because people fall off track on the weekends, and Mondays when they get back to work, that's when they're in the take action mindset. Thursday should be your soft call to actions. The reason for this is you wanna spread them out evenly throughout the week. If you do too many asks back to back to back, you look like a dingus. Now, when you do your call to action on Monday, you wanna blast it out. My definition of a call to action blast is you make a post about it, you post about it on your Instagram stories, you post on your Facebook, you post on your Facebook stories, and you post on your TikTok if you're using TikTok. That way you might get 2 leads from your newsfeed, 2 leads from your story, 2 leads from your Facebook post, 5 posts on your Facebook story, and 10 comments on your TikTok. Now you've got 10 leads instead of 2 leads from your Instagram post. Big difference. Now, part number 2, every time somebody responds to your call to action, you're gonna run them through a DM script. When you're doing a hard call to action, you're gonna go right into the DM script. So an example is like, I'm looking for 5 men that want to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days. Anybody that votes on that poll or leaves a comment, you're going to reach out to them. Hey, Nick, thanks so much for engaging on the post, brother. I got all the details for you here in a sec, but first, do you mind if I ask a couple of questions to see if I can help? Now, if you're doing a soft call to action, the DM script opener is going to be a little bit different. As an example, let's say you're giving away your free guide to help you lose 20 pounds in 90 days. You're going to send the free guide, and then the first question is going to be like, hey, Nick, thanks so much for requesting the guide. Here it is. What fitness goals are you working on at the moment? And you're going to have to get into a little bit of a back and forth conversation about their fitness goals, how long they've been working at it, where they're from. And then once you identify that they have a problem, then you say the word, mind if I ask a couple of questions to see if I can help? So with hard call to actions, you go straight to it. With soft call to actions, you do a little bit of fluff talk and then you get straight to it. Now here are the 5 questions you must ask in every DM script if you want to book a sales call so you can make more money. Number 1, mind if I ask a couple of questions to see if I can help? As soon as you ask this question, you're in the DM script. Number 2, what's your number 1 struggle right now in your journey? This is going to identify their pain points, which will make them want to book a call with you. Number 3, what's your biggest goal right now? This is going to help them get clear on what they want to achieve, and it also creates a gap from where they are right now in their struggle to where they want to be in the future. Number 4, in the next 60 to 90 days, what are the top 2 to 3 results that you're looking for? This question is going to get them future pacing in the short term and make them think about the results they want right now. Question number 5, would you like some help? There's no point in booking a sales call with a prospect if they don't want some help. So asking them this question will identify whether or not they're interested or not. Usually the response to this question will be like, yeah, sure, what does that look like? Or like, what do you mean by help? At that point, you can say, tell you what, why don't we do this? Let's set up a quick 15 to 20 minute call. We'll talk about your number 1 struggle, your number 1 goal, and I'll give you a game plan to help you achieve your goals. Are you up for that? They say yes. You send the calendar link, you book the call. Part number 3, don't use the script like a fucking robot. The reason that most of you guys struggle to book sales calls is you just run through that script question to question to question. But if I was just having a conversation with you in person, and then you asked me a question and I gave you an answer, and you just asked me another question, then I gave you an answer, and you asked me another question, super annoying. Obviously it's scripted. Obviously they're not gonna talk to you. So I use a framework that I call validate, relate, lean in. Here's exactly what this looks like. Let's say I ask Nick, what's your number 1 struggle in your fitness journey right now? And he's like, Brian, I've been really struggling to lose 20 pounds for the last 3 years. I'm gonna validate. Struggling to lose 20 pounds, brother, that's hard. Relate. I struggled losing weight at first as well, so I totally get you. Lean in. So what would you say is your number 1 goal right now, Nick? So validate what they're saying, relate to what they're saying, and then lean in. Validate, relate, lean in. That's a framework. Now you can use this framework in any single conversation that you have for any single question that you have. Validate, relate, lean in. Sometimes you don't have to do 2 sentences for validate, relate. You can do that in the same sentence. Here's an example of validate and relate in the same sentence. Totally hear you, brother. That makes sense. Losing 20 pounds can be difficult. Validate and relate in the same sentence. Then I can just go to the next question. But if you just go question to question to question to question without acknowledging anything that they're saying, you sound like a dork and they're not going to answer you. The easiest way to remember validate, relate, lean in is simple. Repeat back what they said to them. That's a simple strategy that I teach to all of my clients that helps them get better results in the DMs. Repeat back what they said. Totally makes sense. Totally get that. Been there before. Know what that's like. My best clients experience that. Repeat back what they said and then insert one of these statements and then move on to the next question. Sometimes if they give you a longer response in the DMs, you can't just say a one-liner and then respond. You actually need to pick out certain things that they actually said in their message and repeat it back to them to show them that you're paying attention. And this concept is called mirroring. So if you post your call to actions, you follow the DM script, and you validate, relate, and lean in, you're gonna be booking a lot more sales calls. Now the last part of this video is simple. Don't send cold DMs to strangers that have never interacted with you on social media. The worst mistake you can make is going to friend groups or random people on social media or hashtags, people that have never talked to you or even know you exist, and you're like, hey Nick, you wanna buy my stuff? No, that's why you're not making money online. If your content isn't good enough to attract clients, that's the only thing that you need to focus on. Once your content starts attracting clients consistently, you'll have a lot more people to interact with, and they'll be warmer leads because they're actually in your audience. Now you know how to book calls like a pro. By this point, you know how to set up your Instagram profile, you know the content schedule you should be posting, you know how to book sales calls from your Instagram, but what about how to make Instagram Reels go viral? In the next video, I'm gonna give you the proven viral framework. I'm gonna give you examples of clients that are going viral with this framework. I'm gonna teach you the anatomy of a viral Instagram Reel. Once you understand this on a deep level, level, you will be able to consistently produce viral content on all social media platforms. You'll grow your audience, you'll sign clients, you'll make money. So make sure you turn on post notifications, you're subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment below if this was valuable, and I'll see you in the next video.